Nik Carlini with us here on the John Mendola Show via Abby tonight's Keystone College. We've been talking, I guess, the last couple of years. You guys just keep having success there. What's it like playing for Coach Shevchik?
You know, it's a privilege. We have a lot of great coaches, and Coach Shev is right at the head of it. So to be able to play for him every day is something really cool.
It seems like every year it comes out of his mouth, hey, this is the best team ever, this is the best. I think I heard it again this year. But some of that may have been, hey, the way things have gone. So talk a little bit about what the talent's like and what you guys are able to do.
I mean, every year he brings in new kids, and they all seem to be great kids, and he's able to gel us together so well, and I think that's what it is really. To be able to go out there and play for not only each other but for him too, and want to respect him and win for him is something that we do really well.
You guys are playing up there in the sticks. I mean, La Plume, it's not like you're on top of the mountain, but you guys are up there. Or getting outside isn't easy. All that stuff. Every year we get into we practice 3 times outside or something ridiculous. How do you guys adjust?
I mean, being close quarters inside the facilities in Scranton is something that kind of brings us together, and it's tedious work and it's close work, and that's why I think we're able to get so good in the winter and have it maybe not affect us too much. So just be able to get that small detailed and refining work in the winter is awesome.
Is it that he's getting the best talent every year? Is that he's out coaching everybody every year? Is it that you guys are gelling better than any other team, or is it a combination of all of those things?
I would say a combination of everything. Obviously, Shev is a really, really good coach, and I think everyone knows that, but also the players too, with our hard work and just able to get those, like I said, find small details together and fix the problems that we have, and I think that's what contributes to our success.
It's good to hear guys from different schools. So hey, Misericordia's had some great success. You guys have had great success. We got guys going to Lackawanna College and then going to other places. So the best thing is it's nice when you can stay close to home and play some ball and play at a high level.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I knew I wanted to stay close, and to be able to play here at such a school with a rich history is really, really cool. And I mean, Northeast baseball is definitely underrated, but I think that schools like Keystone, Misericordia, and Lackawanna, put the Northeast baseball on the map.
For you, you're very focused academically, somewhere, 3.82, something like that. So you're doing a heck of a job. And talk a little bit about what you're studying. I think you even you have a minor in there too.
Yeah, I'm a business major with a sports and recreation minor.
So easy? Does it come easy to you, or are you putting in a lot of hours?
I think that just trying to make Coach Shev proud is something that keeps me going academically, and just be an example too for the younger guys is something that I like to do. And it's tough at times on road trips to get homework done like that, but the professors are great at Keystone and very accommodating.
Numbers are big. I mean, you guys always are bringing in a lot of players. And what's it like kind of sorting out through, okay, am I going to play? Am I going to get time? There's somebody right on my tail if I'm not so good at the plate. What's that like?
It can be tough at times. I think especially in the beginning of my Keystone career, it was really tough for me just to kind of figure out when I was going to play and where I was going to be on the field. But just keep trusting the process is something that I've always said and we say too at Keystone, and it's really paying off now for us.
As far as this coming weekend, talk about the next opportunity for the Giants and what you guys are hoping to do ultimately.
We're going to be heading down to Trinity in Connecticut and playing Babson. And just we always say once you get to regionals, anything can happen, and we're kind of living off that model right now. So we're just going to get there and play the best baseball we can.
Great to hear your story once again, and we wish you the best.
Thank you.
RJ Giles Berry is with us from Mid-Valley / Keystone College. And RJ, we've spoken before. You got this baseball thing down. You got the academic part down. Got the interviewing process down. What's it like to go to Keystone and play some baseball?
When you're in the area, you know what Keystone is, and you know what they represent as a baseball program. So the kids there are good, and when you can get in there and when you can play, you get more respect, because it's not easy going to a school like that and playing, even though they're a local D3 college who's kind of small.
Mid-Valley, though, a lot of tradition there. What was it like going through the Mid-Valley program?
It was an honor. I love Mid-Valley. I always say it. I would never pick anywhere else, and I feel like it really sets you up for what I was getting into at Keystone, especially with the baseball, even playing basketball, just really set me up for what I was getting into, and it was a good start for me.
Got to see a lot of different coaching. You've had some good ones, whether it's high school or now with Coach Shevchik and some of the assistant coaches. Talk about all those guys rubbing off on you and taking a little bit from all of them. And as I tie in that you're an early childhood education guy, so you're going to be coaching people down the road as an educator. But talk about some of those early influences you had and continue to have.
You learn a lot from having coaches when you're around people a lot. Coach Mike Abda at Mid-Valley did a lot for me. He's one of the best coaches I've ever had in my life, and he really set an example on what we have to be as people, like growing up, and it helped me as I got into college, because Coach Chev is a loose guy, but he's also strict, and you're expected a lot when you come in there. And I feel like Coach Abda helped me out a lot getting ready for what I was expected to be when I came in.
Competing for a spot at Keystone, not easy. So talk about that part of it, of putting in your time and then saying, hey man, I want that spot. I want it a little more than that next guy.
You got to work, you're never going to walk in and play on the first day unless you're a special talent, and it takes a lot of hard work. Every off season you have to just keep going, and you're never guaranteed anything, but you will get your chances. If they see you work, you get your chances, and you just got to keep going. Hopefully coming up in the future can keep playing. I got some shots this year. Hopefully next 2 years I can keep going, but can never stop working or you'll fall behind.
Earning that respect, when did you first think that maybe Coach Shevchik said, okay, this guy, starting to see some stuff out of him?
I only played like 10 innings last year, I think, only had 10 at-bats. This year I moved into starting 15, 20 games, so you just see that hard work in the off-season. Had a great off-season, great fall, good off-season in the weight room, and they just see that and they respect it, and they give you chances if you keep working. And you got to perform to stay in the lineup, so you got to keep doing it.
Talk about what you think worked for you to get into that lineup, and things you see on yourself saying, okay, I still need to continue this.
A lot of my swing, I came in to the fall and came out with a totally different swing. Worked a lot with Coach Smythe. It changed me a lot of things. And then in the weight room, I lifted this fall like I've never done before in my life. I never lifted when I was in high school. I didn't lift my freshman year of college until I realized that without that, I wasn't going to play. And then it clicks for you, and you have to start doing stuff like that.
Let's talk about the family support. Who's coming out to root you on?
Mom and dad, grandma, every game pretty much. My dad actually coaches up at the school. So it's nice having that little back support right there always, someone to turn to when you can't really talk to everyone like that. It's nice having them all around always.
Probably plenty of blankets for Grandma and Ma watching games this year, right?
The weather up in the Northeast is what you expect. I mean, in the beginning of the year it's going to be cold. It's nice to get that getaway down in Florida, but even now it's raining every day. I feel like it rains everywhere we go. It's just what we always say. So,
how about the next chance for you guys, an opportunity? Talk about going to Connecticut to play some baseball.
Yeah, we're going to head to Trinity, and right away, Friday morning, we're going to face the #1 team in the region. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough test. Not anything we're not used to, though. I mean, the schedule we play all season really prepares you for games like this. We play tough teams like Misericordia, St. John Fisher, teams on this level. So when you get into a team like this, other people see them as a powerhouse, and we're prepared, I feel like.
RJ, great to pick your brain and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Chris Hansel with us from Lake Lehman here on the John Mendola Show. Chris, talk about the adjustment from high school ball to college.
Well, my coaches in high school and all the way through have really done an amazing job getting me prepared for the next level all the way through, and I just feel like I've been prepared and I'm ready to play baseball, and the coaches here are just going to continue getting me better and better and hopefully ready for the next level.
Not easy to get into that lineup at Keystone.
Talk
about the beginning phases and second guessing yourself, and whether it's your own talent or what school you're at or what it's like to study. Take us through some of those trying times probably in the early fall for you.
Well, it is really tough coming in as a freshman and just because in high school you're expected to play every day and everything's just all about you and you're good, and when you come to college everything's different. You're not the stud anymore, and there's just players there that are very, very good, and there's just always the next man. If you're not good, someone else will be. And that's just how it is, especially here. We have a bunch of amazing players that could play more than one position, and it's awesome.
Get some culture at Keystone, guys probably from Texas and Florida and all over the country. What's it like to meet some of those guys and see what their life was like?
It's awesome. We have some Florida boys on the team. It's just a different culture down there, and just the way that they play the game is different than we do up here. Everything's just different, depending on where you're from. And the boys from New York and stuff, different languages and everything like that. It's neat, very cool.
Third base for you?
Yes, sir.
Talk about being over there on the corner and what that's like.
It's definitely an adjustment from high school to college. Ball's coming at you a lot harder than they ever were, and it's just getting your footwork down to where it should be. And yeah.
But Coach Shevchik, talk a little bit about when you first met him and how that relationship has grown as the season has gone on.
It has grown a lot. We've become a lot closer, and I feel like we can talk now about just about everything. If I have a question, I'll ask one of the coaches, and I'm just never nervous about talking to the coaches about anything because they come from me they know what to say and how to get me better.
Academic adjustment, high school to college. Talk about the time management and a little bit more specific classes.
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment because in high school, it's just you're in school all day. You do what you got to do there, and then homework. And in college, you have your classes, and then you have practice, and then class, and then practice, and more practice. And it's definitely an adjustment. Time management is very, very crucial when you become a college baseball player. It's just the next step.
Why do you think this team is successful this season?
Our bonding and just the talent we have. We have amazing talent, and it's through the roof. Like every single player on this team can really, really play baseball. And
did you think you could be as good as you are? Obviously you're developing. You still want to be even better, but did you say, "Wow, I've kind of made some strides here"?
Yeah. Well, the coaches have definitely gotten me a lot better, and I knew that I had some talent, and I never knew where it would take me. And I'm very, very glad it took me to Keystone College. I love it.
All right, Chris, great to hear your story. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Devin Reed is with us via Hazleton area, now Keystone College, play the outfield. So,
yes, sir.
Talk about all the different players that have played the outfield this year for Keystone.
Well, originally it was Adam Kelly in left, Anthony Ferreza in center, and Dakota McFadden in right. But one of our left fielder ended up getting hurt, so they stuck me out there. I ended up taking the opportunity and doing well with it. But we got a lot of speed in our outfield this year, and a lot of power, and we're able to get the ball in quickly. So I think that's the best attribute for our outfield.
Next man up. It could be, an injury, an athletic issue, an academic issue. You never know. Somebody could have a challenge or two going on.
Absolutely.
For you, not wanting to relinquish that position, what have you done on your end to try to say, "Hey, man, I'm the guy now"?
Well, I just wanted to be ready for any opportunity. I really wanted that one opportunity, so when I got it, I just ran with it and did as much as I could with it. And that's about it.
Talk about what you could do, whether it's with your feet, speed, or at the plate. What kind of skill set do you have for coach?
Well, one of my teammates actually calls me Slappy because I'm sort of like a slap hitter, base hits here and there, and I can beat out some ground balls with my speed from the outfield. So I think that makes me a valuable asset sometimes.
Come from a big program like Hazleton area. Talk about competing there just to get a spot wasn't easy. So you kind of know what that's like.
Absolutely. I didn't play until my senior year, and once it's a different ball game. Like the talent that we see up here is the same talent we see down there. It's I had to make up for where I lacked talent and hard work. So.
Coach Shevchik and the coaching staff, talk about leaning on them and listening to them, and I'm sure there's a lot of repetition with a lot of what they say, but at some point you got to buy in, whether it's day 1, day 13, or day 59.
Absolutely.
How about for you?
And they said that exact thing. The earlier you buy in, the better you're going to do, and I feel like I can go to any of them. I feel like they've really helped me improve over the year, and I can only look forward to what I'm going to do next with them.
Kevin, how about the opportunities this weekend, though? What is it about this Keystone team that you think you guys have an opportunity to take a step?
I think it's the way we gel together, because our team is just everybody's best friends with each other. We all get along, and there's nothing better than going out on a baseball field and playing baseball with some of your closest friends.
Talk about the family support that you get. Who's coming out and rooting you on?
Absolutely. My mother and father are huge influences. They support everything I do, and my sister and brother and friends back home. So I'm doing it for them.
Well, great to hear your story of, hey, you didn't start until your senior year. Playing baseball and starting at Keystone College, not an easy accomplishment. One of the best programs in Division III. Keep it up.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Chris Panzarella with us here on the John Mendola Show. Chris, we've been talking for a while now.
Yeah.
It seems like we get together, but you guys are doing great stuff. You're doing great stuff, and that's a good reason to chat every year. Talk about this year's team, what you enjoy about it as a senior.
This year's team has been pretty special to me. I'm considered one of the leaders on this team, so I believe our team has really good chemistry. We get along very well. We go to practice every day. It's just fun to be around guys on this team. It's really good. It's really good atmosphere.
Coach Shevchik, again, I bring it up, you hear him say, hey, this team is one of the best we've ever had, or this is the best team. Talk about talent all over the place. We got a lot of local guys that really made this lineup is pretty cool too.
Yeah, we have definitely a lot of local guys. Another kid, Devin Reed from my high school, we definitely made a pretty big impact this year, but a lot of local guys did a lot of big things for us this year. Plus with our recruiting class last year that we had, they're just from like New York, so not too local, but pretty close. But I mean, the talent is pretty good on this team.
Hearing Devin's story of, hey man, I didn't start till my senior year, I didn't start here, and somebody goes down, he steps in, but then he wanted to hold on to it. Talk about the heart from a guy like that.
Yeah, Devin's a really hard worker. I know he's always been a hard worker. My brother used to coach him in freshman baseball in high school, and he said he was one of the hardest workers he's ever coached. So I knew he was going to come in here and work really hard, and when he got his chance, he just came up and produced.
Take us through the infield at Keystone this year.
We got Johan Paniagua at third base. He's a senior as well. He came in from SUNY Sullivan Community College, so he's really good too. At shortstop, Nik Carlini before. He's at second base. He worked his tail off too. He got here and didn't play the first 2 years much, but he stepped into his role this year and he's really taken advantage of it. He's had a great year so far. And Ronald Medina is our first baseman, and he's from SUNY Sullivan as well, and he's really good as well.
Pitchers, you need a lot of them. I know every year we talk to Coach, he's got a lot of live arms. Talk about the pitching staff and the job they've done.
Yeah, we have Dakota McFadden from last year, our top arms. We have a new guy this year, Jared Rowley. Those are our big 2 top arm guys, and we also have Nathan Hinckley, who he's probably like mid to lower 80s. But Dakota and Jared, they're pretty much our big guys, and whenever they're on the mound, we're gonna have a good game, a good chance to win.
Game of baseball, it's been good to you. You've been good to it. How about going forward? Is there still some more baseball in you going forward?
Oh, I hope. I mean, I try not to think about it too much now this year, but I've talked to a couple of guys here and there, but I definitely hope there is some future for me as well.
How about the family? Talk a little bit about support you get there. Who's coming out and rooting you on?
Oh yeah, definitely my mom and dad always come out to every game they could when they get off. Actually on our conference tournament, our championship game, a couple of my cousins were there, my brother and sister came, so yeah, that was pretty special as well.
You guys are going to head to Connecticut. What's it going to take for you guys to advance? Talk about all the things you've done well this year. Definitely some games that you guys are like, okay, we have to learn from that experience, but what will it take for you guys to get through this weekend?
Definitely just taking it one pitch at a time, not looking ahead to who we could play next, potentially who we're going to play in the Super Regional. I think just taking it one step at a time and just keep on playing the kind of baseball we've been lately. We've been playing pretty good defense lately. I think the sticks are coming around a little bit. Like the conference tournament, we swung pretty well. I mean, we do line out a lot, so we do run into some bad luck, but I think if we just keep what we're doing along with our defense and just taking care of what we need to take care of on and off the field will be good.
What are you going to take away from your relationship with Coach Shevchik? He's not a guy, usually you talk to him, he has relationships with his players for years to come. Talk about the deep-rootedness of your relationship with Coach Shevchik and what he's influenced on you for the game of baseball for many years and maybe decades to come.
When I first came here, when I transferred in from after my freshman year, me and Shev just built a relationship that, to me, it's I don't know, I would definitely not take it for granted. I learned so much from him on and off the field with everything, and just like the way we kind of just, sometimes we look at each other in the dugout, we kind of think about the same things, we're thinking the same thing, like, oh, we did this wrong, I need to talk to him, or this or that, but I know he keeps long relationships with his players, and I definitely hope that's going to come from me.
I know he really has high regard for you, looks to you for all the leadership you've given him there at Keystone College. And we're rooting for you this weekend, Chris.
All right, thank you.